So I ask, so I've introduced myself, and then I'm going to have all my guests introduce themselves. So what I want them to do is to say their name, how they know the hostess, so I can kind of make a connection. That's something I like to do. And then I like them to tell me one word that they think best describes their hostess. Okay? So whoever guesses the word that Rachel has already given me prior to the party, I've asked her what word that best describes her. Whoever guesses closest to that word or gets it will win our first prize here tonight. Okay, so she's going to have all of her friends going around the room saying all these nice things about her. Who doesn't like that? And sometimes I even have somebody kind of, I take a little CR note card, and I have like a secretary write down all the words that people are saying. So then we can give that to her later, something for her to remember the party by. Okay? So. I love it. She said somebody better say skinny. Actually, I'm not going to play the game tonight. But that is just a little example. Okay, I am going to take her right now. So. Thank you very much. I just wanted a little visual of just what that kind of looks like. So, okay, what were some scenes during that step? Somebody else might want to be rewarded. Somebody might be getting filled up and hear what their friends are saying to say about them. We all need that. We probably don't need that enough, okay? So, she's like, I have a party. Maybe she did that for me. So, I'll get there. So, excellent. Okay, so step 3, our product demonstration. This is probably the main part where I planned the majority of my seats, maybe more obvious seats, okay? So this is where we have our product excitement. We talk about our monthly specials. Guests get to handle the product. You get to pass it around. People are filling out their wish list. And guests get to interact with each other, or interact with one another. Solution selling. And we're also making mental notes of who's really into 31, who loves our products, who might be potential hostesses and recruits. So we need to make a mental note of that. Okay. So what seeds can we plant at this step? Something that I like to use, and I just make it simple, this is how I train my new consultants, is I use a guest folder. Some of you might use the Lapboards or something like that. I use a guest folder, and it just looks something like this. It just has all these different pieces of information in here. And what I have in here is I first have them pull out a wish list, okay? And I have them, I say, this is just, if you could all pull this out, sometimes I use the back to play game if I'm playing a different game that time. But I ask them to pull this out and kind of use this as their doodle page. As they're going through our catalog, as we're going through our product demonstration, they can just organize their thoughts on it. Because if nobody's been to a party or seen our catalog, it can be kind of overwhelming. So it just kind of gives them a place to write things down, page numbers, different patterns they like or whatnot. But the reason I like to use this is because I feel if they write those things down, a small part, they're already committing a small part to that sale a little bit. Okay? I don't know what it is. Yes?
What do you have on there?
It just says my wish list is something I just made in
But
Word.
what are the
Oh, I said page number, product description, price. Just some ideas of what they could write down. So, and I tell them, don't worry about filling out the whole order form. If you just want to write your idea or what you want down on this, that would be just fine too. So they don't have to worry about filling out the order form. I mean, I like them to fill out the top, but not the bottom part. If they don't want to, I don't want them to get all flustered about that. Okay, the next thing that I like to talk about is our monthly specials. This is a huge booking tip. Okay, so I always say when I have them pull this out, is I say, you guys, you have our monthly specials in your folder. If any of you are thinking about booking a party in the next 6 months, you want to check out our specials because it changes every month. So every month we have something different, okay? So we've got that. And then I also stick in there the Living Your Dreams flyer. Stick that in there. So if anybody wants to take that home with them, got the information, all that kind of stuff on there. And then I have the catalog. And so I like to walk my guests through the catalog, okay? I just feel it kind of gives me something to follow. Especially this is how I like to train my new consultants. I say, if you remember nothing, they're kind of intimidated by their first party. If you remember nothing, just stand up there and help them walk through the catalog, okay? So I walk them through like page 1. Here, this is the old catalog. The first page here is where I talk about a little bit about the background of the company. It's a picture of Cindy. And I flip through and I talk about maybe my why, how I got started. I flip through and I don't talk about the individual products, but I talk about, hey, take the time to flip through here and see all the different ways that you can use our products you'll give you so many great ideas and things like that. And then you get to page 24 and 25. It talks about our hostess benefits. This is one page where it talks about it. So this is where, in my presentation, I bring up the hostess necklace to everybody and tell them that if they would like to book a party, just take a rosette, and if both of them are gone, then the hostess gets to open up the envelope. I didn't used to use the rosettes on there, and that's something I've recently added because I felt like it gave a visual to everybody. Oh, she's got one party booked. Okay, I'll hook her up the next one, you know? And but if you want to do 3, if you need 3 bookings for a party, do 3. If you need 4, do 4. You know, you can kind of tailor it to however you want. So, and then what I do is I have my past hostess is at the party. I have her talk about all the benefits that she just got at her party. Yes. The rosette is theirs to keep. And I explain kind of what it is. It's got the bomb, and so it's a little gift for them. And I used to give them a gift, but I always would forget. I would have it in a little bag. So this was just very easy for me to remember to do. That's why I pinned it on there, and they take it with the visual, all that kind of stuff. So I talk about my past hostess and what she got. She's like, yeah, I got tons of great stuff. And especially at a great party, people are like, wow, you got all that stuff. That's awesome. Then the big portion of my product demonstration is where I do my guest interaction. I kind of take a break from talking a little bit, and I let them do the selling for me. So I say, okay, we're going to go around the room. And prior, I kind of established who has been to a 31 party or who has 31 products. So I say, if you have 31 products, if you could tell me your favorite item. If you don't have any, maybe tell me one item that's kind of popped off the page at you as you're flipping through your catalog that you want to know more about. So they go around because you guys do not underestimate the power of sales from their peers versus me as the consultant. The guests can sell way better than we can, okay? So they go around showing the product, and then I'll hold up the product that they're talking about and pass it around or whatever. And they say, you know, what ways they like to use it and all that stuff. So, and then, like I said, I follow it up kind of towards the end of my presentation with hostess stacking. So I love to do that. It gives me lots of, it just gives them a visual. Hostess stacking, you guys, can be very powerful. It's one thing to look at that chart on page 44 and say, oh, yeah, you get half price items, or you get free product. But to actually stand up there and have somebody holding all those items that they can get is very powerful. It gives them a visual. Like, just for like a $500 party, I can get that. So it's very, very powerful. Okay, so that is my product demonstration part of my party. So what kind of booking scenes did I plan during that? Okay, sorry.
Mentioning the monthly special and future ones.
Yes. So she talked about where we mentioned the monthly specials and how check out the monthly specials coming up. I know them, so much far in advance. And I do tell them the next month's special. Some people don't want to do that. And that's okay. I just do. So I think it gets booking